Welcome to the deep dive. We got some info sent over about a really charming sounding kids game, Hide and Peek Friends. And we figured, it'd be super helpful for parents if we just quickly broke it down, how you play it, and maybe what some of the benefits are supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Consider this your quick start guide.
Exactly, the essential info you need. So let's just jump right in. What's the basic idea behind Hide and Peek Friends?
Okay, so Hide and Peek Friends, it's got this neat little dynamic. Fundamentally, it is a hiding game, right? But with a searching element. The main goal is for these little animal tokens to, basically not get found by whoever's playing the wolf.
Okay, classic hide and seek thrill then. Try not to get caught. How many people can actually play this?
It's built for 2 to 6 players, so you've got some range there.
Okay.
And what's kind of interesting is the setup changes based on how many are playing. It's asymmetric, so 3 to 5 players, you've got 1 wolf. Yeah. But if you have a full group, 6 players, the rules actually allow for 2 wolves searching at the same time.
Oh, wow. 2 wolves. That sounds like it definitely ramps things up a bit.
It does, yeah.
So what's actually in the box? What are the bits and pieces you use to play?
Well, you get a few key things. First, there are these scene pieces. They connect together. You assemble them to make the playing area.
Like a little stage?
Exactly. The info mentions some really cute ones, like little radish and strawberry houses, and some fir trees that kind of link the sections.
Okay.
Then you've got the actual hiders.
Yeah.
The small animal tokens. I think a raccoon was mentioned as one example.
Yeah, I saw that.
And of course, the wolf token or 2 if you're playing with 6. And you also get 2 dice.
Right. Landscape, hiders, seeker, dice.
Huh.
Got it. How do you set it all up? Get ready to play around?
Setup's pretty quick, actually, which is great. Gets you into the game faster.
Definitely a plus for kids.
For sure. You just put those scene pieces together first, create that little world for hiding. And interestingly, one source even suggests you can add other small toys or things from around the house to make more hiding spots.
Oh, cool. So you can customize it a bit.
Yeah, adds a bit of creativity. Then, to figure out where the wolf starts looking just for the first round, mind you roll the 2 dice.
Okay.
The number you roll points to a specific starting spot on the board. The source mentioned dark blue dots, butterflies, things like that as examples, and that spot can change each time.
So it's not always the same starting point.
Nope. Keeps it fresh. And then once the wolf spot is decided, everyone else, the hiders, they each grab 2 animal tokens to hide.
Okay, stage set. Wolf has a starting zone. Hiders have their 2 critters. What's next? The hiding part.
Exactly. This is where the peek comes in, I guess. So after the wolf knows where they're starting, the hiders get this really short window, super fast, to hide their 2 tokens somewhere in the scene.
How short are we talking?
The video mentioned about 10 seconds, but also had this little rhyme. Let's go to the woods today. Wolf is counting up to 3,
Yeah.
And the person in the video pointed out that saying the rhyme probably makes it even faster, maybe 6 or 7 seconds in reality.
Wow, that's frantic.
It is. And importantly, the tokens can be hidden face down. So the wolf doesn't immediately know what they're looking at if they spot something.
Ah, okay. Just a shape or color, maybe?
Right. So super quick hiding dash.
Okay, seconds are up. Animals are hidden somewhere.
Yeah.
What does the wolf do then? Start looking straight away.
Yep. Hiding's over. Now it's the seeking phase. The wolf gets their turn to look around, peering through all the little holes and gaps in the scene pieces.
Also timed.
Also timed, yeah. About 10 seconds for them, too. And what's interesting here is they're not just looking for where things are hidden, they also need to try and identify what they've found.
Oh, right, because they might be face down.
Exactly. So the wolf might say, I think I see the blue thing behind the tree, or maybe, is that the raccoon by the strawberry house?
That adds another layer, doesn't it? Memory and identification. Okay, so hiding, then seeking with identification. How do points work? How do you score?
Scoring's really simple. If your animal token stays hidden, the wolf doesn't spot it in those 10 seconds, then you, the hider, get a sweetie.
A sweetie. Like a point token.
Yeah, exactly. It's just what they call the point tokens. But if the wolf does find one of your animals and correctly says what it is, then the wolf gets the sweetie instead.
Okay, so 1 sweetie per animal, either for the hider or the wolf.
Pretty much. 1 point awarded per hidden token, basically.
Got it. So how does a game actually end? And who wins? You said it's quick?
It's very quick. A standard game is actually just 1 round. Hiding, seeking, scoring, done.
Just 1 round.
Yeah. Often that's enough for a little burst of fun. But The rules do give options if you play multiple rounds. Like, if different people take turns being the wolf over several rounds, then whoever has the most sweeties at the very end wins.
Okay, makes sense.
Or another way, maybe if everyone gets a turn hiding in one game, players just line up the sweeties they collected. Longest line wins.
I like that, the longest line of sweeties. Very visual for little kids. It really does sound like it fits into small bits of time.
Absolutely. That was really emphasized. A whole round, start to finish, maybe only takes like 10 to 20 seconds total.
Wow, 10 to 20 seconds.
Yeah, so it's perfect if you don't have long, or, for kids who maybe have shorter attention spans. You can definitely squeeze in a game or two easily.
That's a massive bonus for parents. Okay, and I think the source mentioned something about an advanced variant, briefly.
Oh yeah, it did. Just a quick mention. Instead of rolling the dice to pick the wolf's starting spot, you use some mixed tiles or something. But the source kind of suggested it might not actually change the game all that much. So, probably not essential, especially to start.
Right, stick to the basics first. Okay, this gives us a really clear picture of how to play. Super fast, hide-seek, score. Now, beyond just being fun, the info you sent also talked about some real benefits this game offers kids, right?
Yeah.
Developmentally speaking.
Yes. And that's where it gets quite interesting, looking past the simple mechanics. One big area is emotional understanding and regulation.
How so?
Well, the game inherently involves, maybe not hiding well enough, getting found.
Right, the defeat aspect.
Exactly. But it's a very low-stakes defeat. It gives kids a safe space to feel that little bit of disappointment, process it, and understand it's okay. It builds a bit of resilience, learning it's just part of the play.
That's huge for development, isn't it? Learning to handle not winning all the time. Okay, that's one benefit. What else?
Another really important one, and this ties into that asymmetric wolf role, is empathy and perspective taking.
Because you switch roles?
Precisely. When a child is the wolf, they have to think like a hider. Where would I hide? They're putting themselves in someone else's shoes, or, fur in this case.
Yeah.
And that act, even in a game, is fundamental for developing what psychologists call theory of mind. Understanding others have different thoughts and intentions.
That makes total sense. Being the seeker right after being the hider must really drive that home. Okay, emotional regulation, empathy. What was the third key area?
The third one is all about spatial reasoning and language skills.
Okay, how does that work in a hiding game?
Well, just choosing where to hide requires thinking spatially, right? About the layout, about what blocks the view.
Sort of like behind the tree or inside the little house.
Exactly. And the sources specifically mentioned it encourages using spatial words prepositions like in front of, behind, next to, in, under, between.
Oh, right. To describe where they hid or where the wolf should look?
Yeah. Verbalizing those locations reinforces their understanding and use of that kind of language. Plus, there's visual discrimination for the wolf trying to spot things, and even just carefully placing the tokens helps with fine motor skills, too.
It's actually amazing how much is packed into such a simple, fast game. You've got emotional skills, empathy building, spatial thinking, language, all in, like 20 seconds around.
Exactly. It really shows how powerful play is. It's not just killing time, it's how kids learn and develop naturally.
So wrapping it all up then, Hide and Peek Friends looks like a really quick, engaging game for young kids. It's got that fun hide-and-seek core.
The classic appeal.
But it also sneakily builds in chances to work on understanding feelings, seeing from another view, and boosting those spatial and language abilities, all in these tiny bursts.
Precisely. It's a great example of how simple games can offer really rich learning opportunities.
So maybe something for you, our listener, to think about. How even the quickest games your kids play might be offering these kinds of hidden developmental benefits. Perhaps next time you see Hide and Peek Friends being played, or a similar game, just notice what parts really grab the child's attention. It'd be quite revealing. Thanks for diving deep with us today.